Previously on the podcast.
Because of the drugs, you ended up actually missing your first child's birth in the hospital.
Yeah. So then after my wife got pregnant, started selling drugs again, started drinking, started smoking. That started to lead me down other things. I met like this one girl stripper. She was like low-key doing coke. I was like, so like, what if like we get it? We would have like long drunk nights because I couldn't stop. I wanted to stop. I was a good heart. I was a good dude, but I just couldn't stop, bro. I was so self-destructive. These habits have overtaken me now. It just became who I was. Like,
you were oppressed with demons.
Yeah, bro. Like, I would still sell drugs to make my money. I was still doing drugs faithfully. The enemy knew that Leilani was coming. He was like, oh, nah, I got to tear him down even more.
That was trying to kill you.
He's trying to kill me. So I'm like out here with these strippers. I'm out here selling cocaine. I'm out here doing cocaine. I'm out here selling Xanax, doing Xanax, getting locked up, doing all this stuff. I'm attacking her. I'm causing all this stuff. But then when they turn and shut me down, then I'm getting rejected, feeling like I can't be a dad. And I'm trying to save up money because I want to have money for her when she gets here. So like, that was like my motivation to trap, was that I had a daughter on the way. When the time came for my daughter to be born, I was super, like, I had a super long night that night. And then my sister calls me. Maria gave birth. You gotta go to the hospital right now. I was like, oh man, and I was hungover. I was like, all right, come on, let's go. I got up, I got dressed, I went. I was expecting like, you know, like a screaming lady, like Maria screaming, like giving birth, something like that. It was not, it was quiet. I got so caught up in the moment, I didn't realize that I didn't watch the birth. Baby looks like it's already a couple days old. Somebody signed the birth certificate. They didn't sign your name on it. And bro, I lost it, bro.
Tell me about the one time you got possessed by a demon and actually physically abused your wife.
Yes. So that was actually the turning point. So we went to my boy's house one time. My boy Victor, a close friend of mine that he's been with me since for like senior year, been with me for a minute. We went to his house for somebody's birthday. I don't remember, but we were drinking. And I would always like I used to have like this like I was never like a jealous or like possessive guy, but then like with my wife, like that stuff, it would start to come up like that. And I wasn't like that. I was never like that. But then like one time she was like something about a boy, some dude, something in her past, something like that triggered me, bro. And we were drinking and I stopped talking to her and I shut down, but then I blacked out. Right, I blacked out at my boy's house, and then like she said that like I was like a whole different person. Like she didn't even know who I was. Like this is like one of the first time I think, or maybe one of the few times that I actually got like blacked out, drunk, and like I operated normally, like walking around. I go pee, I eat, like, but like I don't remember. And that night, you know, me and her got into an argument. I didn't physically like hurt her, but I was about to, like, I was so like, oh, like so like angry, and like I was like punching the wall and like punching the car and like I think I did like kind of like lay hands on her a little bit, but I didn't really do it because I was around other people. That was the first night. I remember the next day after that night, I was like, yo, what the heck is my wife is telling me all these things that I did. And I'm like, nah, I used to think she was lying. I used to think she would like over exaggerate. And she was just, cause I didn't remember. Like I legitimately did not remember any stuff. So she would say, I was like, oh, you did this, you did this, did this. And I was like, oh, you're a liar. Like you're just trying to make me feel bad. Like that's,
you were possessed.
Yeah. Like I was like, I don't remember that. I would never do that. Cause it would literally be things I would never do. Cause I never lay hands on a woman. I hated people that did that.
So you did lay hands, but then you didn't like go all out.
Yeah.
Like
so
you
like
grabbed her.
Yeah. Like I'll probably like shake her up a little bit or something, like from what she said.
Cause you don't even remember.
Cause I don't remember at all. Exactly. And then there was another time, right? So that was the first time, right? And I started to peep that, and it started making me like kind of scared. Like I'm like, what is that? Like, why do I, it's kind of scary when you start to lose control. That's how you know you have a problem. You ever seen like when people that are on drugs and stuff, when they start losing control, that's when it becomes a problem.
Keep going, because I'm going to look up, there's a spirit. It's actually called, I think it's alcohol. I'm gonna look it up real quick, of alcohol, because I want to talk about that, because that's something that I feel like people need to know.
Yeah.
So like, it's crazy you're saying that, the blackout part. Let's see.
And when you would black out, like the only thing that would make you remember is any physical contact that you would have. So for example, what I did remember was like punching the wall, because I'd be blacked out in the blackout. And then the minute I would touch something physical, like it would like bring me like physical pain almost, is when I would remember. So like punching the wall, I remember that. Punching the car, I remember that. But I don't remember why I did it. But I remember the feeling in my hand, like that sensation in my hand after punching it, that kind of brings me back to reality.
Wow, bro. So like, it's crazy because like if you go to an alcohol, like a liquor store, it says alcohol and it says wine and spirits.
Yeah.
It separates the wine from the hard alcohol.
Yeah.
Because it's actually spiritual, man, and it affects the soul. I think it's the spirit called akule. It's how you pronounce it. And when it enters you, it's a spirit that can possess you and then cause you to do things. And like you said, the only things you remember is when your neuroreceptors were triggered because of pain.
Yes.
So like, because that to the brain, you're like, oh, like what was that?
Yeah.
But the demon got took over. Now you're laying hands on your wife, shaking her up, whatever you did, you don't even remember.
Yeah.
But the only thing you remember is when you hit the wall.
Right.
When you, whatever, and that's what happens to a lot of people. Like, and they don't know, there's probably people watching this that are addicted to alcohol right now. Yeah. And they have those days where they woke up, those mornings or afternoons, and they're like, bro, what did I do? And people are telling them, oh,
you did this.
Man, can I tell you about a little story?
Come on.
Like, man, like not a crazy long story, but I knew people, man, in the military that they would get drunk and they would that demon would possess them and they would sleep with the same sex. And they would wake up like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Like that demon would take over them to do sexual things that that's not even who they are.
Yeah.
To the point where they'd be freaked out crying. Like, what did I just do? That's why alcohol, man. Like it's like I feel like that the demons were transitioning you because alcohol is a big one. It kills people. I mean, not just from like long-term use to where you get, liver cancer, but like mainly like, bro, car accidents.
Yes.
People are dying every day from alcohol.
You get possessed.
You're possessed, bro. It's a big gateway and it's not coincidence. I just thought about it right now. It's legalized. Like why is alcohol legalized?
Yeah, it's true.
Like it's legalized. It's crazy to me. Like, why is it legalized? Like it used to be illegal in the early 1900s, the bootlegging era, where you got all these like the Yo Gottis and all these
like the moonshines,
like bootlegging, where they actually had vehicles that were faster than the police cars. They would actually soup up these old school vehicles to be faster than the police cars to get away.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. And then the speakeasies where they would like have a barbershop and it'd be like during the day it would function as a regular barbershop, but there would be a door in the back and you would not be able to tell. But the minute you open it, it's a whole bar lounge. So they would have hidden lounges and bars where people can come and go like party and drink alcohol.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's a spirit. So
and they use it in satanic rituals.
They do, bro.
To make the demon come up.
Yes, bro. You already know when I was in witchcraft, bro, they used to have to drink. Like in order to speak to the warlock, the voodoo priest, you would have to get Haitian rum. It's called babaku. And whatever Santeria, whatever you're in, it's the same. Like Santeria is probably Bacardi. I don't know.
Right.
But you got to bring the rum. It's like a blessing. You offer it onto him. And then he had like even a cigar. So they got to smoke the cigar, drink the alcohol. They put on the outfit, literally. They'll even play music off their phone or like a speaker, like a small speaker of like the drum.
What the heck?
Yes, bro. And then you have to bring $77. So it's like $77, alcohol bottle, cigar. They got the voodoo priest would be like, okay, make sure you got it. All right. And he would be like casual, like, okay, I got like, the spirit's about to come up. Like it's going to get possessed. And he would put the outfit on. It'd be like some weird, like old school tribal outfit. Like
wow.
And it had the colors, bruh. The red and white.
Yeah.
The yellow and green.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And it's like, bro, I'm just thinking about it now. Like all the demonic, like secular music, bro, it's the same thing.
Yes.
When people are all up in the club, even the dancers like bopping, like the drill scene where they're like doing like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Bro, it's the same things.
They're conjuring demons.
Yes, they're conjuring demons because, bro, like if you look at like these parties that you said and that the next door neighbor, the houses, these parties, like you'll see their dances and it looks, they're bopping, they're doing like, and the like the demon Chango. People know about this demon. He literally, like, if you look at on YouTube, you type in Chango dance ritual. He bops.
Wow.
I remember, bro. It's all coming back. When I was in Santeria, I used to see Chango bop and be like, yo, I know how to do that. I grew up in Broward, and it made me believe more. Like, yo, this is my roots.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's true.
So like people don't even know it might be Kodak Black or 1900 Rugrat or all the drill artists in New York, like how they, bro. And I used to, and like now that I see the drill scene in New York, it's the same dance. They just add a little twist to it where they do like the whole like little thing like this and like, but bro, like back in like 2008, 2007, 2006, it was bopping. It was the same thing. So it's crazy, bro, how like the influence of like these demons, like you got to worship them.
Yeah.
You got to worship them, bro. So like you being drunk off alcohol, blackout, put your hands on your wife. I thank God you didn't do nothing crazy. You're gone. Like now you're at a point where you're like you realize like I'm tripping. Like I have 2 kids. I'm a drug addict, because now you're not a drug dealer, you're not a gang, but like you're not none of that now. Now you're like, bro, I need because I remember I when I got to that point of microdosing Adderall and even Molly's, I knew that I was an addict, because I was like trying to save it. Like I can't get Adderall for a little bit, because like I got to microdose it. I remember I would take a little piece, like little pieces. I would break up the pill into pieces. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then take like a few just to get and then be okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
So now you're an addict, bro, and you have 2 children.
Full blown.
Living with your girl, who's your wife now. So what's happening now in your life? Like what's going on?
So I'm gonna tell you this is probably the most pivotal point of my life was after the whole situation happened at my boy's house. There was another situation. My wife was celebrating, I forgot, her mom's birthday or something. It was around Christmas time. And I was drinking all day. It was a day off for me. I was drinking all day. I was smoking all day, and we got into an argument. And whenever we get into arguments, like I used to like get real cold with her, like real like, yo, like I don't need you. Like I would get like real like against her, right? And then one night, she was like, oh, like 'cause we were arguing bad. My grandfather had just died, so that was affecting me too. And she was like, oh, I'm not gonna come home. And I was like, yo, like I started like swearing on my dead grandfather, like if she doesn't get home, like it was gonna be over or whatever, right? And I didn't want to argue, like subconsciously I didn't want to like argue with her. I wasn't trying to fight with her, right? So I went home and I went to sleep, right? And I was trying to sleep when she got home. She got home, and I remember hearing the door close because she got home, and she came into the room and she like said something, and then like I was trying to ignore her, and I remember like even being like, nah, I'm not gonna fight with her. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing. And I just try to lay down. And then she said something, she said something, and it like kind of like triggered me, bro. And I remember I came out the bed, and like it wasn't me. Like I was like oh, like I came up, and then that's when I started like I was like yelling at her, and like Leilani was there, and like Leilani was crying, and it was like, and like I started like I ripped her shirt off of her because she was wearing like some it was like a shirt that looked like it was revealing a little bit, but like I took that like super hard, like super like. And I ripped it off of her and I threw it away. And then like I was like pushing her and then I remember being there like a little bit for that little part, but then I blacked out. Boom. I blacked out. I wasn't drunk. I didn't pop. Like I was drinking all day. So I probably was like, I basically was
But you weren't
drunk.
like the top. You were like kind of like already like.
Yeah. But like I couldn't control like myself. I remember when I ripped the shirt off of her, I'm like, yo, what the heck am I doing? Like, I don't even know what I was doing. I thought she was going to call the cops. I thought that she was my wife was just sitting there taking it, bro. And then like, I remember like I kept trying to walk away. But then every time I walk away, I was like, no, I'll go back. And I'll go back. And I was still like yelling at her and screaming at her. And like Lonnie's crying. Like this whole scene, bro. The cops even came, but then my wife told them that she's okay. And then when the cops left, like I grabbed her phone. I wouldn't let her have her phone. And like, I don't remember these things that she was telling me. And like, I even like grabbed her by the neck and I was like yoking her up. And like, I even said like, yo, I was like, I'm going to kill you. Like I was even saying like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill her. Like I was talking about Leilani, bro. Like it was like, bro, I was gone. The only part that I remember from that was the beginning part when I ripped off her shirt. And then I also remember the part where I was, when I threw her shirt in the toilet and I punched the toilet. Right. And I remember because I punched the toilet, and when I punched the toilet, like I was like, my hand. And I looked at my hand. And that's when I came back for like 5 seconds. I looked at my hand like, like what? Like I looked at my fist like, what the heck? And then when I went back. Right. And then I remember choking her. And then like while I was choking her, like she was like, don't hurt me or something like that. That's what she said. And then I remember coming back in that moment and looking at her like, I would never hurt you. Like, why are you saying don't hurt you? Like I was legit like in and out, like in and out, in and out, in and out.
Kind of like your boy when he was on the psychedelics.
Right. Like I was literally like she literally was like, don't hurt me. And I looked at her like genuinely like, I would never hurt you. Like, what do you mean? Like, I love you. And then go back. And then my wife noticed it. Like she noticed that I was going in and out. She peeped it. She was like, no, I got to get out of here. And she ended up calling her parents. And her parents like came in at like the perfect time, bruh. And when they came in, like it left. Like whatever was on me, like left.
It went down. Like
it went down. And then now she's like, her parents were like yelling at me, like, oh, you hit her. And I'm like, no, I didn't hit her. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all liars, da 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 da. And I left. Right? I left. And then my mom came to pick me up, and my wife, like, bro, she was done with me at that point.
Wow.
And then she ended up calling the cops.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
At this point, I just want to say this for anybody watching. Like, you had already given your life to Christ back in the years ago. Mm-hmm. You know, in high school, you got baptized, you got filled with the Spirit. You were and you, because of compromise, you ended up getting to that state of being reprobate. Yep. Because some people would think, oh, a Christian can't have a demon. A Christian doesn't need deliverance. Bro, you were saved, filled with the Holy Spirit, worshiping God. Yep. But because of the small foxes, the time you smoke weed, I'm straight. Yeah. Okay. Fornication, all this stuff. It led you all years later to a point where you have 2 kids with the girl who's supposed to be your best friend, who was there for you. So where you blacked out, like these demons knew that you and your wife were ordained by, or your girl, she was your girl, but were ordained by God. Like God was actually trying to do something with you guys to bless you guys and bring you to Christ and everything. But the devil was like, nah, we gonna cause havoc. And the devil did that to make your parents concerned. Now everybody's looking at you like you the bad guy. Yeah. And then even your wife is like, I can't do this. Now that she got people in her ears, like, you don't have to leave them. Don't be with them. You got to protect the children. And then you over there like, no. Like, because you just did something, you were blacked out. Yeah. Because of the drugs, because of the alcohol, because of the Xanax, because you were in compromise. Yep. People will say, that's not possible. Yes, it is possible. Yeah. This is why Christians need deliverance.
They do. That's the main part of my testimony.
You had a whole encounter with the devil while taking psychedelics.
Yeah. As he would speak, like, I would see what he was talking about. I seen money. I see myself on a tour bus. He's like, you can have all that tomorrow. He's like, just come with me. Like, everything around started like intensifying. This is what you always wanted. This is what we've always wanted. Gangbanging is a lot of witchcraft. And now that I think about it, all of the ones that were in my game specifically, like, you know, folk means for our Lord King Satan. FOLKS, folks. I was in a whole gang worshiping the devil pretty much.
They even wear the beads.
They wore the beads, and the beads had to get blessed.
How do you get the beads blessed?
So, like,
because of the drugs, you ended up actually missing your first child's birth in the hospital.
Yeah. Because I couldn't stop. I wanted to stop, bro. I was so self-destructive. These habits have overtaken me now. It just became who I was. Like,
you were oppressed with demons.
Yeah, bro. Like,
tell me about the one time you got possessed by a demon and actually physically abused your wife.
We went to my boy's house one time and we were drinking, but then, like, one time she was like something about a boy, some dude, something in her past, something like that triggered me, bro. And we were drinking and I stopped talking to her and I shut down, but then I blacked out. She said that, like, I was like a whole different person. Like, she didn't even know who I was. I don't remember. I was so like, angry, and like I was like punching the wall and like punching the car, and like I remember the next day after that night I was like, yo, what the heck is my wife is telling me all these things that I did. I always think that she would like over exaggerate.
Crazy, because like if you go to a liquor store, it says wine and spirit. I think it's the spirit called akule. When it enters you, it's a spirit that can possess you.